Hey guys, Joe here, and here we are for a how to Lucina. Now in this video I'm going to be talking about how you can play Lucina. In the Cloud video it seemed like a lot of people did enjoy that, so I'm hoping that you guys will still want to see some how-tos. I know the how-tos are a little bit old, a lot of people have already seen all their characters, but maybe you'll learn a little bit from this one. And I hope that I can show you just a tiny bit. I want to show you, so hopefully we can get that all done. Tell me if you do want to see any more how-tos in the future, and yeah, that's about it. Also tell me who you want to see next time. But with all that said, let's get this started, and let's start, of course, with the jab or the neutral attack. Let's get Shofu in the middle of the stage, because the side of the stage is really hard. So with the jab, what you can do, of course, it's a two-hit jab. That's okay. You can also go jab one into, if I can get this right, jab one, time it right into forward smash. That's a good way to get a kill. You can also go up tilt, turn around, jab one only though. So use up tilt, turn around, jab, and then you can try to go for a Nair. Of course, it does work at about like 20 to 30%, a little bit better, up tilt turnaround jab, but it works at both points, so that's pretty nice. And then also what you can do with jabs, you can try to go like jab into forward air. These are not confirmed though, so they don't work 100%. But yeah, jab is okay. I really just like to do jab one into forward smash. That's the majority of what I do with it. And other than that, you can also combo your neutral air into jab. I do have to get this guy into a little bit higher percent for this to work. It's kind of hard to get it done, so I don't know if I'll be able to show this to you. But there you go. Neutral air, get a piece of the jab. And it's kind of hard to get both halves to do jabs. So there's a bit of a problem, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. So jab is okay. But now let's just get to the next one. The next one is, of course, up tilt. And now up tilt is probably one of my favorite things. Of course, you can go up tilt into jab. You have to remember the turnarounds. Up tilt, turn your body around, jab. And then also sometimes you'll have to like turn around again. It can be a little bit hard, but you can go up tilt into jab. You can also go jab into up tilt, into up air, like up tilt again, up air, forward air, or you can go up tilt into neutral air if I can face the right direction. I'm pretty sure I have to do another turnaround. So yeah, as you see right there, up tilt into forward air, neutral air, up tilt into forward air or back air works pretty well. Up tilt into pretty much anything. Also, up tilt is a kill move later on, and you could try to go up tilt into down air. Not a good idea, but you could try to do that. Up tilt is a kill move. It hits behind you, hits above you. This is probably one of your best moves to get a lot of like spacing for yourself. And, of course, your best combo move, really. And it's essentially just a really strong move. It does have a little bit of like startup and end lag, but it's really strong. So you probably should be using this quite often. Probably one of your best, if not your best, comboing move. Use that a lot. The next thing I want to talk about is, of course, side tilt. Now, the thing about side tilt is that, as you can see right here, it comes out pretty fast. It does really well in boxing, and by boxing I mean when you're in close quarters, like right here. You're just a little bit too far away from them. You use F tilt, barely poke at them. It does pretty nice at that. It does 11 or 10 damage, somewhere in between that. And, of course, far range does really well with the pivot. The thing is, I like to use my forward smash a lot more than my F tilt. Forward smash does a lot more damage. Has pretty much, if I can get this right, has very similar amounts of knockback. So, similar in that way. Not knockback, area that it hits. That's what I should say. So, as you can see, it hits quite similar. If you can look at this, where it hits is quite similar, same with the jab. So, I don't know, it's very similar in a lot of ways, but in general, I just do usually like to use my forward tilt. I like to use my forward smash instead of my forward tilt. Forward tilt's okay, and you don't want to spam your forward smash too much, or else you're going to run out, and it's going to like get over you, so it'll stall out, but still, use your forward smash a little bit more than your forward tilt if you possibly can. The next thing I want to talk about is, of course, down air. Down tilt, I should say. So with down tilt, most of the time, it's this move, of course. This is a good combo move at very early percents, but as you can see, at later percents, it does not combo. If I go to like 0%, you can like do this, like forward throw forward air, which works at some percents. Down tilt, like grab, down throw, back air. There's quite a few combos that you can, of course, get off of this. But what I really like to do with down tilt is combo it with my neutral air, which I'll talk about a bit more later. But as you can see, neutral air has a pretty good range. I also like to combo it with forward air and side B. So, as you can see, all these moves have very long ranges, as you can see right here. But what you like to do is go for like forward air and then like down tilt. Of course, you'll want to be doing retreating this. This is a really good move for retreating. If you play Roy or Lucina, I'd say this is probably one of the moves that you're really going to have to get used to. You're going to have to use this quite a bit. It's really good. It's similar to your forward tilt. Comes out a bit faster, can also combo, and does poke through shields pretty easily. So that means that if your opponent's shield even has a little bit of damage off of it, it'll get right through them. As you can see, though, it has very far range, very quick, probably one of your most useful abilities on the ground. Probably one of your best tilts other than your up tilt, just because it can poke and it's really hard to counter. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, her aerials. And let's get started with these. The first one is, of course, her up aerial. So, as you can see right here, up. And this is probably your best combo one. Can also kill later on. Works really well with up tilt. You can try to go for multiple moves. Falling up air into, like, jab. Like, falling up air, jab, jab, as you can see right here. Like, falling up air, jab into another up air. Up air really just combos with a ton of crap, to be honest. Up air is essentially one of your best combo moves. If you don't fast fall it, it doesn't hit quite as well. As you can see, you can go falling up air into up smash. Of course, you can also just do up air to get a kill at the top. Right here, up air into up air. And also, I like to do up air into side B. That's probably some of my favorite stuff to do with this. So, if I can get this right here. It's kind of hard to hit, but there you go. Get the first part of side B, and then, of course, continue side B from there. So, like, up air, and then the upward side B. It'll hit pretty easily right there. And that's all you really have to do with up air. It covers a lot of area, really great anti-air, and it combos really well with up tilt and jab. These moves are a little bit hard to distinguish, but works with both of those. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, forward air. Now, you cannot do 2 forward airs off of a short hop. If you do full hop, you can do 2, yeah, you can do 2 forward airs, but you'll probably not really do that. You can try to go, like, full hop, forward air, and then a retreating forward air to kind of create a wall, but you won't really be doing that way too much. Most of the time, what I do with forward air is go forward air into side B. So if you do, or back air also. You can do, like, back air, side B. Really, I don't see this a lot by way too many players, but you can incorporate your side B with a lot of these moves. As you can see, you can't go short hop, forward air, forward air. But what you can do is go short hop, forward air, side B. So, short hop, forward air, side B. And then you continue your side B from there. That's a really good mix-up. And your side B, of course, you can even just hit it just with the first part, or just with, like, the first few parts, and then hit them really far away. And that really does combo well forward air. Forward air does not auto-cancel when you hit the ground, so most of the time I will be doing stuff like this, kind of just poking at them a little bit. This is a really nice poking tool. It doesn't really do way too much other than that. You can try to combo into it, but it's not quite a comboing aerial, I'd say. You can do forward air into down tilt at about 50%, though. I did forget that, so let's get them over here. If I can friggin' hit this right. So if you have a lot of forward momentum, that is. So let's get into like 50%. If you have a ton of forward momentum, you can go like forward air, down tilt. There you go, that's about it. Not really way too many combos, but it does decent. Forward air is an okay move, I'd say. It's not as good as a lot of other characters, but it's okay. Now let's get to the next one, which is, of course, back air. Very similar to forward air. It doesn't have quite as big as a hitbox. It will kill a lot earlier. It also can combo a bit. Like, into down tilt again. It doesn't combo the most, again. She doesn't really have way too many comboing moves, but you can also go down throw into back air. It changes the direction that you're facing, so if I'm facing left, use it, go right. So it's really nice to use that to change your direction, and then go into tilt, smashes, stuff like that. Essentially just a forward air with less range, more damage, and it also changes your direction. That's how I really like to think about it. After that, I want to talk about neutral air. So this, of course, I did talk about earlier. You can also use this with down tilt. You have 2 hits of this. It really doesn't combo that well until like 15%, if you can get it at about right there. Also, you do need a lot of forward momentum for this move to really combo. Keep doing forward air. But if you can get hit them at mid-ish percent with forward momentum, then it can combo decently, like forward air, as you can see right here. It can combo okay later on. Also, what you can do is just hit the last part into an up smash, so that's nice. And you can try to go, like, try to get a bit of damage, like up tilt into, turn around there. So that's okay. Mainly, though, you do just use it to space the opponent. It has very far range, comes out very fast, very similar to your down tilt. That's how I really like to use it. Now, the next thing I want to say is about down air. This move is really not way too useful. It can spike in the very middle. I don't even think I'll try to get that because the spike is so precise. It's not really even worth trying to spike with this move. Really, I just try to use this to bounce opponents off of the side of the stage. It can be used. That's about it. It really can just be kind of used to bounce opponents off the side of the stage. You can spike if you hit the very middle, but most of the time I just go for forward air off the stage. It hits a little underneath you anyway. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, it also takes a long time to go through. Down air, not really way too great. Now, let's go over her specials really quickly. So let's start with, of course, the up special, which is your recovery. So what you can do with this, which is nice, you can go up throw, up B. There you go. Only works at very little percents. But, I mean, there you go. If you do it fast enough, you can do it even there. Up to up B, that's a really nice combo. Of course, they can punish you a little bit, but if you fast fall after it, it's decent. As far as a recovery, it's an okay one. Hard to punish. Comes out very fast. You can re-grab the ledge pretty fast. If you jump and go into it, it does pretty well. And overall, it's a pretty good recovery. You can also try to go for stuff like, if I can hit this, up air, up tilt, and then up B. This is also a good get off move. So if the opponent is comboing you, or if you're in your shield, you can shield up B. Get them off of you. And that's the main use. Just to recover, and also to get them off of you. Not really way too much about it. So, other than that, let's go over the side special. This is the one that I see really neglected. I would always neglect this when I first got the game. But now that I know how good it is, I do not neglect this move anymore. It's so good. I don't really hear anybody talking about it, though. So, essentially what you have to do with this, of course, forward air, side B. That works pretty fine. Also go like neutral air into side B. Side B, of course, has these multiple different directions. If you want the most damage, go into the downward version. I usually just do the downwards for the final hit, or else sometimes they can get out. Or if you want to kill, you can go and do the upward version, and that'll kill a little bit earlier. Also, the normal, like, red side B does fine for killing. They're both okay. It really just depends on your side of the stage. Most of the time, I really just do this for damage, just off of forward air. You can also just space with your side B and not even have to throw in a forward air. So you could, like, run a little bit back and then go for side B. It does also hit you a little bit into the sky, so sometimes it's hard to guess where your momentum is going to go. As you can see, you can use it in the air. The only problem about it is that you shouldn't be using it way too much off stage, or else it can become a little bit hard to recover, because you might accidentally keep pressing the buttons, and then it's hard to recover. Of course, if you stop pressing the buttons, then you can go for that B, but it can be a little bit confusing, so don't use it way too much off stage. And you can also use it off of, if I can remember, yeah, jab into a side B, and also let's try to go up air. I'm pretty sure I've gotten this before, but that's a string, more like it, yeah. That's much more of a string, so you can go jump, up tilt, jump, side B. So there you go. That's pretty nice. Side B, of course, you do have to time it right, but it's not way too hard. You just kind of have to just get used to timing it. Do it against some bots for a few hours or something, maybe even less, like 30 minutes, and you should be fine. Other than that, of course, you do have your down B, which is a counter. I don't really want to bother to show that off. I guess I can. Let's just get this guy to attack. So attack me. Okay. Attack. Okay, well, he's not going to attack, so all it is just a counter, just hits them back for some of the damage that, of course, would be dealt to you. And it's as simple as that. Yep. There we go. Does a lot of damage. Pretty good counter. So let's turn this guy back to stop. And, you know, it's an okay counter. I wouldn't say it's the best counter in the game, because it's pretty easy to miss, but whatever. And the final thing is, of course, neutral B, which is shield breaker. This is really nice. It kills really early. Great kill move. What you can do is just be like, side B, oh wait, turn it, and then side B, turn around neutral B. Do that. They'll really not see that coming. Also, if you're way off the stage, let's say you're right here, you can use that to get back on the stage. Hopefully that kind of symbolized. If you're way off the stage, you can turn your direction and then get back on the stage. The second time wasn't as good as a symbol. It goes really far if you're in the air. Really good way to get back onto the stage. If you're like all the way over here, you can like mix up, kind of hit you over here and then over here. It's a bit hard to visualize, but if you're in a game, hopefully you kind of got how that worked. Of course, this Break the Shield has a lot of knockback. You can turn it around, just like this. Has huge range, so you can also use this for spacing, because if the opponent shields it, they're kind of doomed. They do just have to outspace you, essentially. They do just have to jump over it or something like that. But it's kind of hard to counter. Has huge range, and it overall is pretty dang powerful and just pretty good. Pretty good indeed. So now let's talk a little bit about her throws. And she doesn't have the most throw combos in the game, but she has decent ones, I guess. Of course, let's start with the up throw, up B. Up throw is also a kill throw at like 150 to 70%-ish. Up throw, up B is a decent one. Other than that, you also have forward throw, forward air, which only works at very certain percents. With really heavier characters. Against lighter characters, it won't work. I think Shofu's probably too light. But, oh no, he's not. So, some characters are just heavy enough where you can go forward throw into forward air. Really, you just have to test it out. It works against, I'd say, maybe 40% of the cast. Maybe a little bit more. But as you can see, if they DI away, a lot of times they can get out of it. But yeah, you just kind of have to wait. Go for this. It's an okay one. Forward throw, forward air. And it doesn't really combo that well. She doesn't really have any comboing throw. She just kind of has that. And finally, she does have down throw. If I can get this right. Down throw, back air. Down throw, double jump, back air, which you can then try to get into up tilts and up airs if the opponent does not see it coming. Otherwise, you're kind of going to be hit a few times. Other than that, her forward throw can also just hit them off the stage. It won't really kill that often. Her back throw doesn't do anything, really. It's just kind of there. And that's really all she wrote with all of her throws. Finally, let's get to her smash attacks, which are all pretty darn good. let's start with her up smash, which is probably the only really good part about Lucina, and the good reason to pick her over Marth. Let me get a drink really fast. Okay. So with her up smash, why it's better than Marth is because the entire up smash essentially does almost tipper damage and almost tipper knockback. Not quite as much, but I mean it hits your whole body essentially, has huge range, good anti-air, does a ton of knockback, tons of damage, and this is probably one of her best kill moves. What you can do with this, you can go like that into that, you can do it for some damage, try to go for this. Sorry about that, I did get interrupted by somebody that came into my room. But yeah, in general, it's a very, very strong move. Also, of course, you can just run, up smash, big hitbox, very strong. Other than that, I only have a few more moves to talk about, which is of course side and down smash. Let's get to side smash, which is probably my other favorite part about Lucina. Now, people would often say that Lucina's side smash is just a downgrade of Marth's side smash, and well, I can't say that that's completely wrong. I can say that Lucina's side smash is pretty good still, even though it might not be as good. Of course, it doesn't have a tipper, but the entire radius of the side smash does kill, and it kills pretty early at that. This means that you don't have to be quite as accurate, and it makes so you can hit a lot more of your side smashes and get a lot more kills with your side smashes. You don't have to be quite as spot on. Lucina's kind of one of those characters that you pick if you can't quite hit all of your moves exactly, so it's a little bit hard in that way, but you know, whatever. That's what I like to do with Lucina. Also, it's really nice online because you can just hit a lot of your side smashes a lot easier. Of course, as you can see, it does 15% and fully charged, which will probably never happen. It does, what was that, 21%? Let's try to get this by, get this guy some damage. What you can do with this, though, is, you can, like, try to get first hit of your, neutral air into that. You can also try to get, let's try to get this right. If I can do this right. At early percent, I know you can do this. No. Okay, at later percent, you can't do that. But at early percent, you can go falling upper into forward smash. Of course, you can go jab into forward smash. If I can, time it exactly right. There you go. And as you see, it kills. And also, normally, if that would have been a Marth, that probably would not have killed because I hit at about halfway through the sword. You don't really have to even bother to get a tipper. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. With this move, you don't have to get a tipper. And, it'll still kill really early. It does a lot of damage, has a huge hitbox. Overall, it's pretty dang good in general. Also, I do like to use it, pivot smashes, instead of pivot tilts, because, of course, it does a lot of range, does a lot of damage, and it comes out pretty dang fast. And that's essentially all there is to talk about right there. Finally, let's talk about her down smash. This is one that comes out fast, as you can see right here. Doesn't really have way too much that combos into it or combos out of it. Just kind of hits. Doesn't really kill. You can poke underneath the stage slightly, but in general, this one is probably my least used one. Up smash is so strong. Side smash has large range and is still also pretty strong. Down smash just kind of happens. I don't really want to say it's that great. I don't really use this move way too often. Even fully charged, as you can see, it didn't do way too great. You can't do it if the opponent's rolling all the time, but other than that, there's really not too much use of that. But there you go. That's probably all I'm going to say about Lucina. So she's a really fast character. She's a good character at spacing. She's a very strong character in general. I really do quite like Lucina. I know that Marth is better, so if you want a character that's probably better in competitive play, Marth will probably be your man. But also, if you need a character or a secondary that doesn't have to space quite as much, then you might actually want Lucina. Because as Marth, you do have to make sure you get a lot of spacing, and if your main already has to space a ton, sometimes having two people that are focused only on spacing isn't the best. I mean, Lucina does focus on spacing, I'd say, but she doesn't really need to do it as much as Marth, just because of the lack of the tipper mechanic, and because she does a little bit more damage on the non-tippered areas. So, that's all you have to say. She's a pretty good character. She kills really early, which is pretty nice. She's pretty fast. I would say that she's a decent pick, but I wouldn't say ever pick Lucina if you're planning to, you know, try to get a free win against your opponent. You know, whatever. But I really like Lucina. She's fast, she's fun, good recovery. All this really good stuff. And I hope that you do like Lucina too. I don't know why I've been picking her up, but, you know, I decided to pick her up as a secondary, and she's a really fun person to play as. She's kind of similar to, of course, Marth, but also kind of similar to Cloud. So if you have picked up Cloud and you haven't really ever tried Lucina, I might give her a shot. With all that said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. I know that this video might have been a little bit long, you know, because 20 minutes and such, but I hope that you learned some stuff about Lucina. If you did, make sure to press the like button and comment down below if you want any more how-to videos, or if you don't want any more how-to videos, if you think these videos are, you know, not exactly what I'm wanting, then tell me that too, and I'll try to vary my uploading schedule, such. With all that said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.